Now, this month, there's sort of two emotions going on with you. On the one hand, you want pleasure, you want fun, you want laughter, and there will be a lot of that. Happy days. Also, there may be flirting, there may be get-togethers that just make you feel creative and excited about life. You're also extremely intuitive. Having said that, there's another part of you that may be feeling that you're a little bit self-critical, or like, oh my God, I've got to sort everything out. I've got to declutter my whole life. I have to change every single habit and pattern in my life. Well, take it one step at a time. Number one, it's super important, and I would suggest that the prescription from the cosmos is that you have fun, and that you are creative, and that you are passionate, and you enjoy good times in December. But yes, there may be some patterns that you have to change, and that may have been made very clear recently. But don't get overwhelmed. Just allow yourself to do it a bit at a time. Starting perhaps on the 2nd of December, when Venus is sextile Pluto, and Venus is saying to you, come on, let's shake things up. Let's get everything in order so that we can feel secure in ourselves. And Pluto's going, trust your power, darling. If you want to make changes, you have the power to do it. And it's time for you to believe that. The full supermoon in Gemini is a real psychic and intuitive awakening. Really, you may have a dream. You may have a message. A strange synchronicity may occur on that full moon in Gemini. So it's really important that you pay attention. And also, if there's a temptation for you to get off your face or just, do whatever it is to extremes, try and avoid that, because it's almost like you get carried away by wanting to escape when it comes to this full moon and be very dreamy and get lost in illusion. Don't do that, because it's opposing this full supermoon, don't forget, last supermoon of the year, is opposing Venus. So, if you go sort of lose yourself in a fantasy, be aware that it is a fantasy. What's much better is if you just come into your intuitive power and enjoy that sort of feeling of being connected to your intuition. And maybe a deep emotional conversation is happening on that day. Now, even better, on the 6th, we have Mercury trine Jupiter. And of course, Jupiter is in your sign. This could be actually one of the best days of the year for you. Or certainly you could get some really good news on the 6th of December. Around that time, let me know in the comments below when it passes. But you are feeling very optimistic, and you could have a creative experience, which is just like one of those things where you're just channeling a great idea. So really tune into that. Also, as Mercury is trine Saturn the next day, perhaps whatever idea you get, or whatever you experience around the 6th, you're like, right, this is something I want to commit to long term. This is not like some airy-fairy passing idea or creative project or even lover. This is something I want to work with. So that's very powerful. Then, if you can believe it, we've got a Grand Water Trine. I mean, there were so many of them last month. No doubt you were a little bit overwhelmed, but this one is in all the right places for you to have curiosity, pleasure, and adventure. So could be super amazing time. If there's anything going on with you, and you know deep down you're not supposed to be with someone, or there's something going on that makes you unhappy or is stealing your happiness, you will make a decision on that Grand Water Trine. You're not going to put up with it anymore, because you're going to know that you are worthy of a love and happiness and contentment. And this Grand Water Trine will deliver a message or a fabulous experience. So fingers crossed. Now, we do have lots of squares this month. We've got Mars squaring Saturn. Choose your fights carefully. Don't get into a fight with someone just to prove a point. And don't, again, be self-critical or overly critical of anyone else, because it's not a good vibe. Neptune is going direct. So you're feeling that you can adventure forward now. Perhaps you've been thinking about the past or dreaming about the past. New dreams are coming in. Also, Mercury is trine Neptune. You may be talking to someone about an exciting journey or a delicious experience that you want to do. Mercury is re-entering Sagittarius. Is making you go, my goodness, I've got to sort things out. You might find you're a bit pedantic, a bit critical. If somebody gets a word wrong in a sentence, you might be like, you said this. So don't sort of be hyper-focused on the details. be hyper-focused on your heart. We have Mars entering Capricorn, and you're stepping into the time which is the best time for your one-to-one relationships. Even if that's just with your cat, all relationships are valid, and you feeling good about whatever relationship you're in or whatever brings you comfort on a one-to-one level. You're feeling very strong and very kind of, rah, let's go. New moon in Sagittarius is when you can say to the universe, I surrender this pattern, I surrender this habit, I release any ways of being that no longer serve me, and I open my arms up to trust and fling myself into an adventure. That sun is square Neptune on the 21st, and then the sun enters Capricorn, as I've just said, and it is a time of wonder. The square I was meant to say is Venus is square Saturn. Don't argue with the people you love, because a couple of days later, Venus shifts signs, and that's when it's the best time of year for you for relationships. Have I just repeated myself? If so, forgive me. Mercury is also square Saturn on the 30th. And again, watch and look at what's going on before you react, because you want to come from a place of power and strength. And also, most importantly, one of the key words for you this month is freedom. Take care, gorgeous, and I'll speak to you soon. So why do we at Michele Knight give you a 5-minute, no questions asked guarantee? Well, our psychics are some of the very best in the world. They are handpicked. They have 5 rigorous test readings, the final one with me, and I require very detailed information, things they couldn't possibly know just by looking at Google or social media. We want you to be totally blown away by your reading, to feel that you've chosen a psychic who you can bond with, who gets you and gives you such specific information you feel completely reassured. If this doesn't happen within the first 5 minutes, don't be shy, just put down the phone and your minutes will be topped up or refunded. Your reading should be uplifting, full of clarity and advice, and leave you empowered to make the right decisions for you. We want Michele Knight to be your spiritual home.